You came for a motor factory, and you're going to get a motor factory. The first thing we got to do today is get hard drives, because we need the I think it's a steel rotor alternate recipe that makes the rotors be the same recipe as the stators, and that way when you go to build the motors with the rotors and the stators, it really simplifies the build layout. And then I'm also going to be using solid steel ingot alternate recipe, and that's just going to help me shave off, I think it's like 50 coal and 50 iron each for the build, just to get it started. And it's going to be 10 motors per minute. It's going to be totally perfect for getting us started with all these builds using the refineries that we got coming up. So welcome back once again. I appreciate you guys being here. Nothing much has changed in between the episodes, as you can see. The only thing I have going now is I'm making some AI limiters. I'm making some black powder, although I ran out of coal or sulfur. And then I'm also just turning some of my regular iron rebar into stun rebar. Just because I had so much of it, and I figured, why not? It's not super powerful. It's actually probably better used if you're playing like multiplayer, where you have another person to have another gun to actually do the damage with. But it's definitely helpful for getting some things stunned. Anyway, so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to start off with a little hunt for some hard drives. And I actually know there's one I remembered that is just over here. We never opened in the very beginning. It just takes copper sheets. Do I have copper sheets on me? I do have copper sheets. Okay. But that's why I couldn't open it originally, because I didn't have any copper sheets ready to go. And then I just kind of forgot about it. So we'll start off grabbing that one, and then we'll throw it into the MAM. And then from there, we'll go out and we'll grab a few more. The only other thing I wanted to take care of today is a little bit of research, because I have just the things thanks to one of my lizard doggos, I can unlock this power augmenter, because they brought me 50 computers. I can see what this is all about. And then underneath it, we have the alien power matrix.
Power augmenter unlocked. Summer sloops naturally harvest.
Oh.
Yes, harvest energy from distant sources and distribute it locally. The power augmenter supercharges summer sloops by feeding it local power, increasing its harvesting range and efficiency, and thus power output. Basically, the more power it's given, the more it provides.
Do not loop the loop, Morgan. It will shred and tear and unravel the threads, many temples burned.
Good to know. That confirms that hypothesis.
Alright. Okay, so I don't really know. So it generates power based on the total amount of power on the attached power grid. This experimental technology is somehow able to extract power from the summer sloop by blasting it with energy. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about putting that together just yet, but you guys can let me know in the comments if that's something I should be using. That's definitely beyond the stuff I know in the game so far, so that's a new one. But anyway, let's head on over to grab that hard drive just over the ledge here for copper sheets. First I had to make it daytime, but yeah, so it's just over, actually I think it's underneath here. I can basically just make my way over through this tree, and then it should be just across this ledge. Hopefully I can make this jump. Excellent. I think it's just down, yeah, there it is right there. So it should just be copper sheets to open this one. There we go. Thank God it took 15 and I had 17. How about that? Okay, so we're gonna throw down MAM really quick just to get that scanning up. And then I'm gonna start a little, just a quick little run around montage. I'm gonna grab some of that stun rebar and the other rebar ammo, so that I can actually just kind of make my way through some areas and see if I can get a couple more hard drives. I know there's the one up by our coal power plant that I can grab if I just connect power to it, so I'll probably grab that one first. I'll definitely have to kill a few things on my way over, but let's just kind of throw on some music and we'll run around for a few minutes and see if we can get at least a couple hard drives. You know, you can re-roll each of them, but hopefully we'll be able to get it on our first try. Nice. Okay, so I'll cut the montage here for a second. Since we have... So Mayhem has finished its research, and we got 2 more hard drives now. Let's go... it's this one, right? Wait. I already had it? Oh, okay, well, sorry for wasting a couple of minutes of your time, having you watch me run around for a little bit, but hey, steel rotor, look at that. It was already ready to go. That sucks. But anyway, let's throw, what else we got in here? Whoa. Okay, that's a new recipe that I have not seen before, because being able to make pipe without steel, that's huge. Are you kidding? That's, okay, I'm taking that for sure. Imagine I accidentally hit rescan. I would reload the game. I'd be like, oh. And then what do we got? This was the one that we just got, right? Okay, so this one we got automated miners and iron alloy ingots. I mean, I get it for the sake of automating everything, but I don't quite understand why you would really need to do this. Because, I mean, I don't know. Like, do you guys ever automate the miners? I don't know. I'm going to rescan this one, though. What did I get? I got fused quartz crystal, which is, ouch, coal and quartz together, or cheap silica. I mean, the cheap silica one's pretty decent, because sometimes you need a lot of silica for stuff, so I think I'm going to grab that one. Fun fact, though, if you want to, like, when you rescan, like, do the rescan, if you save right before you rescan, and then if you get a rescan you don't like, you can just reload, and then just kind of keep rescanning through them. I don't know if you guys knew that or not, but just a fun little thing you can do to basically guarantee the recipe you want. But anyway, let's grab a little bit of stuff they got kicking around here. Some biofuel, like some free iron plates. I guess that's not really helpful, but this is definitely a basic plane crash or ship crash, not like an important one. Oh, I see free kill here off in front of me. I'm just gonna go ahead and go bonk. Oh, wrong way. Hey. Oops. He got me before I got him unstunned. It's because I accidentally swapped the wrong way. But that's the way I kind of like. That's the way I kind of like using the stun rebar, is like stun them and then swap to my big beating stick. So yeah, I guess we're just gonna head back to base now that we have. I mean, I ended up getting a couple hard drives and I didn't even need any, so we can use a couple of those to get some more alternate recipes. And we do have everything ready to go now. I already have the solid steel ingot alternate recipe, and now we already had the steel rotor recipe. Oh, I feel so dumb, but that's okay. It's nice to get out of the factory and go for a little run from time to time. So yeah, well, let's load up on a few things. I'll head back to base. I'll go over like all the build numbers we're gonna need so we can make sure we have all our parts. And then we'll head on over to our little framework over there that I pre-built for us. It's above the old steel factory with enough room down below to expand said steel factory. And then up top is just going to be all the stuff for the motors. So that should work out pretty well. All right, it's not going to be too bad. So there, you can actually read it this time. So you got 2 minor Mark IIs. I mean, I don't even think you need Mark II miners. I just make what we got. You need 3 foundries, 9 smelters, 15 constructors, and 10 assemblers. There's going to be some underclocking, but no overclocking because I'm using more machine. Like, you could just dial back on the machines and overclock a bit, but I usually just like to give it the extra machines that downclock everything. Kind of helps a lot with power too. So we are only going to need 100 iron ore, 100 coal, and 140 copper ore. So that can all come from this spot over here. It is going to be just coming from, I'm going to split off from this coal line right here. So this one, since it's a pure coal node, is able to put out like all the coal we really need for this entire steel factory. So I'm actually just going to branch it off from the other one with a few upgrades. We're going to have to turn some of this into a Mark III system. Bring this up here. I think it's just a Mark II setup right now. We're going to have to overhaul all of that into a Mark III. And then somewhere around here, we'll probably put a splitter. And then we can... Sorry, I had brain fart there. Yeah, put in the splitter, and then some coal will go upstairs, actually to about right there. So it's just going to kind of probably go around, and then we'll go up to a lift. And then we're going to not take from this iron because we're pretty much maxed out here. I mean, I could, if I bumped both of these up, feed the line as well, but I want to save these for increasing the actual steel production we're going to be doing eventually. So I'm actually going to be using one of these nodes from back here to be able to put the iron out, the 100 iron that I need. These are normal, so it'd be, you could really just use a Mark 1 and up it a little bit. Or you can just use Mark 2 since it's a lot easier. And then this is the copper node over here that I forgot. I already put the miner on top of, so technically I only needed one miner Mark 2, but I forgot to grab the portable miners and the cables. Luckily the cables are nearby, and I might just throw down in a workshop and make the portable miners that I need. Okay, I grabbed what I needed, so let's go ahead and throw down a quick iron miner on right here. So we're kind of need to know where I'm going to be taking this, right? So since the steel is probably going to get made on this end because that's where the coal comes from as well, I'm assuming I basically just have to put it right here. So I mean, really I can just take either one of these. Maybe I'll save this one for if we need extra iron for the normal steel layout, and then we'll take this one for going upstairs. We cut down this tree here, and then we'll put down the miner. And bam, miner has been attached. So we can just go ahead and crank this one down to only do 100 per minute. So it's actually going to save us a little bit on power. And now we're going to bring a Mark II conveyor belt out from there. I'm just going to make it straighten it out first. There we go. And then we'll just probably bring it to about, there's a little ledge I put in here. Is this not straightened out? What's happening here? There we go. Okay, put it right there. And then we're going to go on over here. We're going to grab Mark III conveyor belts. We're going to have to overhaul this whole system here. So crate, how is there... What do you mean? I'm just trying to upgrade it. You know what? This will get rid of them. Hey, sir. You could, give me a little toe tickle. There we go. Doesn't hurt him that much. He'll be fine. He's a big boy. I did forget to mention, it's probably too late by now, but if you did want to build along with me... Oh, this is going to hurt. Just kidding, I have a parachute. If you did want to build along with me, I did put a save file in the Google Drive. Should be called episode 11 start. It'll basically take you to... Well, it turns out you can skip the trying to find the alternate recipe because, well, it turns out we already had that. And then you can just jump right into this frame stuff should already be set up in the save file, and you can just kind of build along with me once we actually get to it. But yeah, don't forget to follow along this part where we actually have to upgrade things. So let's finish making this Mark III going all the way down. I don't know if I got this ramp down here. There we go. Now I gotta make sure you get every little piece into Mark III. And then we also have to make this lift into a Mark III. So there we go. That's overhauled now. So that'll move. Oh, right. I also have to turn it up. So right now, it only is taking like 90 for the steel layout. So I'm going to bump this up to, I need 100. So I would need 190. There we go. That should be 90 for the steel and 100 for this motor factory. So now that means we can actually kind of go up top. I'm going to have to put in like a little, there we go. And the splitter will have to go right here. I'm just going to put that in now. Make sure it's facing the right way. Okay, so that can just be Mark II belt because that's still only 90. So it has to be Mark III. I mean, technically, I guess this can also be a Mark II belt, so this is only taking 100, right? And then we're going to bring this probably around to about there. And I'll just leave that there for now until we can get the rest of it set up. I have to figure out, I'll have to put in a little lift system here to actually send that upstairs. Now we can go upstairs ourselves. You guys better stay out of the way. I'm going to have to give some more toe tickles. So essentially this, I originally thought this was going to be like the smelting area, and then I was like, no, I made that way too small, but I don't want to get rid of it. So it'll be like kind of more or less the building entrance sort of thing. And this floor right here will be for all these smelting and the foundries. Should be enough room there. What do we need? 9 smelters and 3 foundries, so there's plenty of room on that floor. And then we're going to go up to the second level here. This is going to be where all our constructors are. There's going to be 3 lines of 5 constructors going on here. Now, I can't... The way this is going to work is I'm going to be trying to move, I believe, 280 items per minute, when my Mark III conveyor belt can only move 270. But we're so close to Mark IV conveyor belts that I'm just going to keep the build layout the way it is. Instead of like having to set it up all separately and then come back and overhaul the whole thing, I'll just have to come in, literally click on like one belt, and it'll be good to go. So that is game plan for today. Assemblers go up here. There's going to be 10 assemblers, 2 lines of 4, and then the 2 on the end for the motors. And the whole reason we got that alternate recipe is where we will be able to feed those 2 lines of 4 assemblers with the same manifold lines, because they've taken the same amount of items, or the same items, even though it's making different items in the end. So let's get started with me talking your ear off a little. No, I'm just kidding. Let's get started with the smelter floor. So the first thing we kind of got to worry about is taking that 140 copper ore, which is literally right here. We're going to bring it up into here, and then I'm going to set up the 5 smelters for the copper ingot right along here. So let me grab my production. Let's grab our 5 smelters, making sure I leave myself enough room to kind of move around here. So maybe if we put it about like right, we'll start it off like right here. I think that'll work, right? That seems like enough room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that too wide? That's too wide. I'm gonna squeeze these in a little closer together. Alright, squeezed them a little bit closer together. We're gonna set these to copper, and then we're also gonna downclock this. When I say 140, this would be 150. So if I take 2 off of each one, by setting these to 28, I'm going to copy those, and I'm just going to double check that 28 times 5 is indeed 140. Okay, perfect. So now we're just going to paste all our settings onto there, and then I'll be perfectly balanced. Is this miner set to 140? No. There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and just throw down our quick little splitter line along here. So we'll grab our splitters coming in from this side, and then we'll just put in, we can save one, we'll just put in 4. Connect those with Mark I belts into the machines. No, there we go, thank you. No, not like that, thank you. And then we need Mark III belts, actually. It's 140, unfortunately. Sorry, I'll see myself out. So we're going to bring that up from below here. I guess I can really just put in a little section right there. And then I just need to bring a lift up immediately, really. Oh, no. Well, I might as well do it from down here now. So we're going to grab Mark III conveyor belt lift. Need a wall. Otherwise it's going to be confusing. There we go. Okay, this will be a lot easier now. So, Mark III conveyor lift. Should I do it? I guess I'm going to put it out like this. And then I believe that should be high enough. Looks like it. I'll move it if I have to. And then Mark III conveyor belt into here. Okay, so that'll be set up ready to go. Now I just have to walk myself back up there. Thank God that hole's not open. Alright, a little less falling off going forward. So let's go ahead and throw our merger line in here really quick. I think since these are just going to go back upstairs, I'm actually going to send the merger to be this way. So I'll line it up in the middle there. That smelter. We just need one for these two. We mark one conveyor belt's coming out. And then it's still 140 coming out. So it's going to be, I mean, from here it's going to be mark 1. So that'll be 30. This will be mark 2. I guess technically it's mark 3 once it comes out of here. Okay, so I'm going to attach a lift to that, but that's okay. Okay, so that's almost ready to go. Just need to do that. And that is the whole copper system fed now. So that's going to be going upstairs into a bunch of constructors just making us some wire. So the next part is technically the more in-depth part where we have to make the iron smelters for right here. And those are going to feed the 3 foundries. So we got 4 smelters feeding 3 foundries. Let's set up the smelters first. So smelters right here. We'll go in a little bit. I don't want to go in too much if I don't have to. Actually, yeah, we'll go right about there. 2, 3, 4 smelters. And then where do I put the foundries? I suppose the foundries can go right here, so we'll go... One foundry, 2 foundry, 3 foundries. And then so I need this to put out, what is it? This needs to put out exactly 100 ingots. So this would be 120 total. But I'm going to dial all these down to 25, which I really should have done before I clicked on all those, but that's okay. There we go, that'll be 100. Then this, I need the solid steel ingot. And 3 of these would put out 180, but I only need 150, so they're all going to get downclocked to do 50 per minute. There we go. So now I can do this quick little system with the mergers and the splitters. These are going to get merged from here. Just give myself a little bit of room to work with. Alright, sorry, just jumping ahead a little bit. So we got our mergers on the back here, and then so the splitter system is going to go in here, and then before I set up the belts, I'm just going to do the coal line. So I'm assuming I'm probably going to be feeding it from that one right there. So I'll have a splitter there, and then I'll need a splitter on the outside of this one. Get these 2 bottom ones off here. And then it should be this back line here where I'll feed it coal. This has to be mark 2. And then we'll set up our lifts here. And then belt the rest of these in just like that. Perfect. Okay, so aside from they don't have the actual inputs yet, I mean, I still even got to put the splitters on here. That's all looking pretty good. So with these splitters, the iron's going to be coming up from somewhere here. Where does it come up? This middle spot right here? Nuts. Okay, well, let's say splitters are going to go here. Alright, iron setup is complete. So that'll be, obviously everything's not powered on yet, but we'll kind of do that all towards the end. So now I just got to bring my coal up from down below here. So it looks like it comes to about right there. So we're also going to grab another Mark II conveyor lift. Bring it up to here. Grab that from back there. Is it going to reach? Look at that. And then we're going to drag this around to this side. Actually, I'm going to put a lift on here first, so I know where I'm going. And then hook it up like that. And that will take care of all of our steel products. So now I just got to put the mergers on the end of this one. Line these all up together. This is going to be a Mark III conveyor belt because this will be 150 steel ingots per minute. Oops. There we go. Oh, that's why. I was like, there's something wrong here. Okay, so that is the smelting foundry room kind of all taken care of. Oh, I left myself a nice little gap in between. That's kind of nice to have that. I'll have space to move around the factory for once. So now we're going to be going all the way upstairs here. Oh, and I'm going to walk off the side of the stairs. God. Okay, up here on the upper floor. Now we can actually put this together. So we're going to be putting it in 15 total constructors. 10 of them are going to be doing wire. And then 5 of them are going to be doing steel pipe. So I think the way I'll do it is should I do like the lines going down this way? That might work actually. So if we do, actually I could feed the copper with one line. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so let's do our production, grab our constructors. Why is it all the way up in the sky? What's happening? I'm not sure what's going on, so I think I'm going to restart my game. Alright, there we go. Yeah, I don't know what was going on there, but everything was like permanently floating in the air. Okay, so we're going to bring stuff up from down below, so I'm going to be... How far do I have to work with here? Sorry, it took me a minute to figure out how I wanted to lay things out. So we got the 2 groups of 5 back there. We'll have 1 manifold line going down the middle for our copper wire. And then these will be making our steel pipes. You know, not knowing that I could have made this build without using steel at all, really, because if I don't need steel for making pipes, then I could have just made this using copper and iron. It probably would have been a little bit more complicated. But now I know that that's a cool new recipe I can use, and I honestly can't wait to make a build using it. So, man, you get a steel product without coal. That's crazy. That's like how you can make copper wire with iron. Like if you don't have a valid reusable copper source around. Like some of these are huge. Anyway, now that I'm like having my mind blown here, we're going to have these coming out facing this direction. Because these are all going to be sent up to this floor anyway for being processed into the rest of the materials. So we get those all lined up going down there. And then I'm going to jump down. We'll put in our splitters on the backside. So the stuff's going to be coming up from down below. So I'm going to have it probably about right. Actually, maybe we could have it, yeah. Yeah, down below kind of makes the most sense, I think. So let's say right here, because the hole will probably be there. We'll get these lined up. And backside, we're moving 100 pipes, so... Oops, not there. Just some marked ones on the back, and we're good to go. So that's our steel all done. I don't know what this is or how that happened, but take that out of there. And then, oh, that's why. No, what is... Stop it. There we go. Okay, so now we can do all my splitters and mergers on the back here. So these are going to end up coming into one. So I think what I'll do is I'll actually send... That's a clean, easy way of doing this. I guess maybe bringing those around to this side. So we put a merger like right there. That should probably work, eh? So one merger there. Then this one will go here. Actually, yeah, we'll tighten it up a little here. So these are going to come towards me. Gotta hope this all works. It's a little bit different than the motor factory I built before, so I feel like, I don't know, maybe I liked my original, oops. I think I liked my original motor factory a little better, but gotta try new things this time around. I'm trying to put like a solid effort into like trying new spots and new builds and trying to keep it new. Okay, so this one's gonna come towards me here. That one's gonna go that way. Actually, I guess this technically isn't needed. I can just go like that. And then I just need my mergers all the way along. This is really starting to come together. So now we just got to do the splitters down the middle. This is where I'm going to kind of be able to save on them. Make sure the orange is facing that direction. So I want it to be feeding down from there. You just need one splitter for every 2 constructors here. It'll be saving us on materials and space, really, because if I had done this all separately, it would have been a lot, taking up a lot more floor space. And just like that, we've got our constructor floor finished. So we got these. I mean, I haven't set anything yet, but these 5 right here, these are all going to be doing pipes. I don't have to do any downclocking there. We already did the downclocking on our foundries and our smelters downstairs. The only thing we're going to have to adjust is our copper wire, because we haven't set that up yet either. I need a total of 280 per minute, and I think that's going to give me a total of 300 per minute. So I just got to dial that down a little bit, and then we can move on to our assemblers. But I'm bringing everything together. So this belt right here, this is what eventually is going to have to become the Mark IV conveyor belt to move the 280. But everything else for now is good to go. This is not connected in the right spot. I was like, wait, that is not flowing in the right direction. There we go. Those are ready to go now. So we're going to be bringing those up and setting those into the assemblers up here, which I can go ahead and start setting up now. Let's grab our assemblers. We're doing 2 groups of 5, similar to the, actually basically exactly like we did the constructors down there. So I'm going to need to find the middle point here, which is, I believe, these 2. Let's mark it out with we'll just color it for now. So that's the middle, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Okay, so let's say from that very center line is going to be, we'll call that our middle. So I'm going to line these up just about right there. That should give me enough space to put everything in. Let me just make sure that's where I want it to be. Actually, I'm going to tuck that in one more. Is that enough space? Should be enough space. I'm going to actually push it out just one more, just in case. Now we'll bring it in. Sorry for my indecisiveness. 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. If I can reach over, actually I'll just have to do it from here. So we're saying we're doing it from the center line. I think that was right there. There we go. There's our 5 and 5. And then do our 2 assemblers over here. I'm going to give myself a little decent amount of space here. Got some room to work with. I cut that. There we go. Can I cut the let's say 1 there. Or is that too far? That's too far forward. That's too many spaces. I want it right there, I think. Yeah, I can't put it there, otherwise it's going to be impeding on the other one. And then you give it a little nudge that way. There we go. Wait, it just should be right in line with it? Oh yeah, I guess it should, because this is right in the middle. Okay. Oh, that's why, because this isn't that. Okay. I see why. I thought this was right in the middle of that machine. There we go. Okay. Now it's perfectly centered, I think. So now, our fun job of all the splitters we're going to have to put in through here. So let's grab our splitters. Let's say the front ones. We'll start those ones high up. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. There we go. We got a zipper of splitters. So our first ones, let's do these ones first, right? Knock them all out. Hook up all your little lower level splitters and your assemblers here. Everyone's just Mark 1 conveyor belting up here. There you go. Beautiful. And then now is the cluster of lifts that we're going to have to put on both sides. You could do them a little lower and not use lifts, but I like the cleanliness that this kind of has. Okay, so it was a little close, but it works. Depending on what way you went out of the machine is where that black part would go. So I gotta make sure I do them all out of the splitters, otherwise they're gonna look different. Luckily after you do one, it kind of starts to auto line them up, which is really nice. Oh no. There we go. Now those are all connected. Oops. Now these are all connected. This line will also have to become a Mark IV conveyor belt at some point. I mean, I guess really just the front part of it would be fine. But that's all set up now, so those can all be... Wait, did I do too many? I did too many, didn't I? Yeah, I did. There's only supposed to be 4 of each, not 5 of each. That's why there was a little bit of space left at the end. I was like, hang on. I got too many machines going here. There we go. Alright, my bad. So it is those 4, and I'll leave myself that extra little bit of space because I'll probably need it. Feeding into these machines over here. Actually, I guess really I won't need all that much space, so let's move these back a little bit. There we go, that's a little better. That way I can actually merge them on the end without taking up too much space off the backside. So, speaking of mergers, I'll just do these first ones so you get an idea, and then I'll just kind of fast forward when I've got the rest of them up and done. Let's go not too tight, we can go right there. And then that's going to get fed into a splitter over here. Let's say this lower one can be the rotors. And then we do the upper. Actually, I guess this one would come from the other side. There we go. Okay, so this can all just be Mark 1s because these are much lower numbers at this point. Get yourself some Mark 1 lifts into the machines. Connect those up. Grab the third one off the end here. Bring them out from the outside. Put a merger here. Send it towards me. Straight belt in there. Look at this, we're professionals at this point. Straight belt in there. And that's the good stuff right there. So you can set all these, set one side to be your steel rotor. Set the other side to be your stators, all at 100%, no underclocking required. These are going to be motors, also no underclocking required. This can run at full potential. And then I'll show you the copper really quick just to set those up. The wire, like I said, we only need 280. So instead of downclocking a whole bunch of them, I'm just going to go to the first ones. Set them up to be copper wire, and I'm actually going to have them only do... What did I need to drop off? 10? So 20... Oh, sorry, whoops. I need to drop off 20 per minute total, so I'm going to take the first two. I'm going to downclock them by 10 each. And then the rest will just be 100%. Alright, so now I'm sending these to underneath, because we actually got to hook these up to this backside. Or to the these are both going to need a conveyor hole. So we'll go one. I kind of like to be able to see it a little bit. So maybe we'll go like one here. One there. One here. One there. Okay, that'll do. So I just need lifts on here. And then now that those are connected... Oh, I almost fell off. I almost walked right off the cliff there. So we just need to bring these underneath. I suppose I could put like the conveyor holes here. Let's go, not foundations, walls. What if I go like one? They don't really quite work because of the foundations that I used. And unless I like turn these into 1 meter foundations, you wouldn't really see it, right? So conveyor hole for each. 1 meter foundation, so it gives me that little bit of extra headspace there. That's perfect. But do that to these two as well. Make you 1 meters, just so they fit in better. Okay, you into there. You into there. Now I also need to go inside there. Can I crouch through the hole? Let's find out. Nope. Yes, I can. I don't know what happened. Maybe because I jumped at the same time. So we got one of these. I guess I need to put the little lifts on here. No, not quite. Yeah, something like that. And then... Oh, wait, what? Why is that one... Does this one also go down? I guess it does. Oh, I know why. Because, yeah. That's fine. You don't really see them. This is the hidden part. Now, how do I get out of here? Is the real question. I slow walk through here. Nope. I can crouch through here, though. Okay. I mean, that's fine. They're up in the ceiling, so you're not going to see those anytime ever, so that's okay. Okay, so now we need to take that away, and I just need to put in the rest of my mergers and some power lines, and then I got to turning this whole thing on. Alright, I got power lines hooked up, and we are ready to start turning this thing on. I think I started filling it up with copper and everything, so let's turn it on. I think floor by floor would probably be our best bet. So let me grab from here. I'll just kind of hook into a temporary power line down there. That'll get all our foundries and everything hooked up down here. And then once I actually figure out what I'm going to do for decorating this place, I'm not entirely sure yet. I'm certainly open to suggestions. If you guys have any, feel free to leave them down below. See if they make it into the next episode. Yeah, I think I'll definitely be implementing some wall outlets and stuff to clean this up a little bit. We got so much space in here too that I like the fact that we'll be able to walk around a little bit. This is not actually connected as it would make you see, as it would make you think it is. Let me go ahead and connect those up really quick. Glad I caught that. So those are going now. That means this should be pumping out the iron, and then this will be pumping out the steel. Okay, there we go. Good to see it moving. And we've got copper moving. Okay, so let's head on up to the second floor now. Let's hook a power pole up to there. I'll just kind of drag it up for now. Actually, we'll just go boop right into there. And I realized I still never set the pipes up. Let's go ahead and put those in now. That way they'll actually start taking in some of the steel that I put in to the line. There we go. I'm seeing copper wire come out. And there's pipes. Excellent. Alright, we're starting to move. Oh, the copper wire really slowed down. What happened? Is it... What? I'm so confused why it looks like this. Am I losing my marbles? It's on a Mark III conveyor belt. It looks like it's going like Mark 1 speed. Are these connected? Yeah, there we go. Okay, there's the copper wire starting to come up. Why is it... Everything in there is Mark III, even the lifts and everything. Oh. There's the Mark I belts. My bad. Oh, we found it at least. Make sure we fix that one too then. Okay, well, since things are now moving and we got pipes and copper in here, that means I can now hook this up then. Let's do this to here for now as a little temporary line. Forgot to set everything again. Alright. Stators are on this side, rotors are on that side, so any minute now, well, I mean, we see stators already, or rotors, I mean. There's the stators coming out, so any minute now, I just threw the motors into this little storage container here for now. I think maybe what I'll do is I might even set up a truck to pull them back to base, or I'll use the dimensional depot. I feel like I'm not using enough of those yet. I don't know what, like, do you guys think I should be using some more dimensional depots, especially for like smaller amounts of things like this? Probably might even be our better bet. And I think the best part about it is that we'll just have to carry less stuff around. So, but that is the motor factory. I think I have faith. And we're gonna see our first motor. Give me my first motor. Oh, I see green. Take it off the list. Show me a motor. There we go. Look at that beautiful thing. Alright, no more hand-making motors. I only did a couple of them, but look at that. Fully automated at 10 per minute. This should be... Once everything kind of balances out, you do see a lot of things kind of going in and out right now. That's just 'cause the way the manifold system works. But once this all balances out, I believe this factory should be operating at 100% efficiency, which would mean a nice fully flat line in terms of the power. I can't say the same for some of the other stuff we have going on, but that should at least be working properly here for now. Just double check everything is going okay. Everything seems to be operating smoothly-ish. So yeah, it's basically just it's not getting enough. Okay, yeah. So this system needs to kind of catch up to the rest of so everything is going to kind of balance out eventually. But I think it looks pretty good. Definitely needs some decorations instead of just being a big concrete tower. Although it doesn't look too bad. It's like a nice kind of cool looking frame sort of idea. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys being here for another build. Sorry, this one may be a little bit shorter because some of what I thought was going to be the first part of the episode ended up getting cut short because, well, we already had the hard drive or the recipe that I needed, and I got at least a couple more. Speaking of which, I think there's a one that was ready. Rager motor and quick wire stator. Now, quick wire stator is pretty good because then you don't need copper for making these stators, and you get to make a lot more of them. However, I think I might try for a re-roll and see what we can get, because I don't, well, actually no, I think I'm going to take quick wire stator for this one. And then I'll maybe re-roll the next one. But we'll get that in there, get this MAM taken out, and then I'll be researching for the next one. So we'll be able to start off the new episode picking a new recipe. Or I'll just pick it in between. We'll see what happens. Depends how good it is. If it's really good, I'll probably want to show it off. But yeah, thank you guys again so much for supporting the series and coming back and, you know, bearing with me as I get back into the swing of things. I'm not gonna lie, this is the second time I had to record this episode. I wasted 5 hours yesterday because the recording didn't actually work out, and I had to rebuild this whole thing for a second time. It ended up being actually a little bit different this time around, so but I actually made it a little bit better, I think, this time as well, because I had poorly planned out my space last time, I think. But yeah, now we got lots of space. I can still add in lots of room for decorations. Add in some like some catwalks and all sorts of stuff. We'll make this cool. Make it a cool factory to kind of tour around in. But yeah, like I said, thank you guys again for being here. I will see you in the next episode, where we are going to be taking on probably our first oil project, getting out some plastic and rubber, and you know, getting started with this whole mid game that we're in now. So I appreciate you guys being here, and I'll see you in the next one.